I'm going to do these next two because when it comes to the world of geek and gamer conspiracy and urban legends, there is nothing more prominent than Pokemon. There are so many Pokemon theories out there. So I picked two of my favorite ones.
I don't get it.
So the first one goes all the way back to the original Lavender Town. They called it the Lavender Town Suicide Spike.
Yes.
Because apparently when the game first came out in Japan, when you entered Lavender Town, it had the weird chiptune music, but apparently drove kids crazy, so they started killing themselves.
Chiptune music.
Chiptune, like the Game Boy music. Chiptune.
Like 16-bit or 18-bit music.
So when you would go into Lavender Town, apparently the original music was so crazy or bad that the kids went crazy and started killing themselves. But it only happened in Japan because they changed it for the wide release.
Yeah.
But I can believe that.
Yeah, it's saying that the music caused nausea and eventually suicidal tendencies in children.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Now, how bad is your game if it's making kids throw up and kill themselves?
Well, this I actually know about this one, and I have a game theorist I like to watch. He does game theories with this. What it could have been is that the chiptunes were playing notes that were a little too high for the average human to hear, but the brain can still hear it.
You know what you do? Turn it down.
No, not physically loud. Like.
Oh, so they made like dog whistle music
out of your frequency. Yeah.
Right. And because of that hits certain notes and hits certain chemicals of the brain, causing that. They may have not done it on purpose because that's something you kind of have to.
It has to go through testing. It has to go through testing. They didn't just release the game without testing it. And don't you think someone said, okay, whoever composed the music say there's some notes missing here?
Not all the time. I think it was Chopin way back in the 20s or something, or even before, had a concert, and everybody that was in the orchestra was up there playing, and they didn't know, but after they started playing this song, people in the first 3 rows started going crazy and started pushing each other around and like arguing, and then it moved on, and people that were actually playing the music didn't understand what was happening, but the director's like, hey, keep on playing. By the end of it, everybody's tearing each other apart inside the Coliseum.
Wow, that's one hell of a concert to go to. That's how mosh pits started.
I'm just saying.
Slayer was born.
I'm just saying certain notes are proven if you play them together in a certain order, at a certain frequency and pitch, they can make your mind do weird things.
There's a sound that is high enough you physically cannot hear it, but it will induce extreme vomiting into your system.
I should know Eddie would be able to explain.
I think the Russians did that.
Crowd control.
The Russians did. We use crowd control. We use big water hoses and stuff. But Russia does use a frequency weapon that they can fire on micro something.
Yeah,
that they
I've
fire
seen
on
it.
people and makes people drop to their knees and vomit. Yes.
Yeah, it's incredible. The thing is, if you're a good distance from it, you can't hear anything. You're like, why are these people dropping like flies? And it's because of that. By the way, the explanation of that one is, as you said, adults and kids have different brain chemistry. And most QA testers are adults.
Like, this is some sick kid shit here. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to totally make this music and make people go, like, he must have hated children. Like, they walked on his yard too many times. He threw eggs on his house too many times on Halloween. He goes, I got your number.
You can't try to get a copy of Shonen Weekly, and he couldn't.
Aliens!
I can understand that for Pokemon Go because a lot of people are trespassing just to get that Pokemon.
What I want to know, though, is what is the deal? How is it so enticing to play it for everybody, not just kids, but how is it to a point? Because I don't see a whole lot of advertisement on it. I have cable TV now. I don't see one commercial about Pokemon Go. But what is it other than word of mouth?
Pokemon as a whole it was just lightning in a bottle. It's what everyone wants to do collect monsters.
Niantic came out first and nailed it.
No, Niantic didn't come out first. Pokemon's been around since the original Game Boys.
I know. But the gameplay of going around the city and collecting certain things with groups of people online.
It's a social thing.
Yeah.
But, we're not going to get too much into Pokemon Go because that's a whole nother story.
Well, that
is a conspiracy for another episode.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing because... So, listening to music, I should have known Eddie would have an explanation because your book is called Frequency and it's about sounds.
That's right.
Which...
Thank you. Shameless plug. Thank you, Gavin.
Shameless plug on his book.
Frequency Alpha, Frequency Sigma.
It starts because everyone gets a sound in their brain and turns them into zombies.
Yeah.
Which... That's how I met Eddie. He was on the show and he was talking about it, and I looked up and said, "It's called Stephen King's Cell, and that book sucks."
It's not the.
I just flat out told him that.
It's not the Cell. It's way better than Cell.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he has a better promotional team than me. I'm working on it.
So it was interesting, and I didn't even think about the sound aspect being in there because I don't think I've ever heard anything that made me profusely want to vomit, and if I do, I'm really sorry. But yeah, that's just evil.
Well, I mean, and it could have been completely unintentional because it is, like I said, it is something you have to really honestly work at to make it happen.
Oh, I'm pretty sure someone's sick and twisted enough to make this.
Well, there's different bands that are proven to do that too. You got Tool, you got Incubus has dabbled with it. You have a whole bunch of different bands. Megadeth, Meshuggah, they practice in a syncopated beat, which has been proven to change your heartbeat, make you sick, or make you happy, or go crazy, whatever.
So
it's true, man.
Can I say that? Can I talk about monster porn?
Talk about monster porn all you want.
Because I mean, that's what we used to call True Blood in my house, and you know that's essentially what it was towards the end of it.
Get back to your point.